Where did those 50 years go?
Welcome back to Still Groovy, the show about good living, hard-won wisdom, and staying hopeful in a broken world. I'm Sunshine, and this is my Marty.
Today we're talking about what surviving actually teaches you, not the inspirational poster version, the real version, the one you earn the hard way.
And nobody in this house earned it the easy way. I can tell you that much.
In 1990, a medical mistake took away the life I had planned, and by 2010 the doctors had quietly filed me under palliative care.
Which means they figured he was done, and he was sitting there reading manuals and arguing with me about the garden.
2 transplants, a bowel resection, years of home dialysis. I built the whole setup right here on the property. Learned it the way I learn everything, by taking it apart until I understood it.
He had a whiteboard in the bedroom. A whiteboard in the bedroom.
The first thing surviving teaches you is that your brain is the organ worth protecting most, because they can replace a kidney, but they cannot replace your curiosity.
I watched him go from a hospital bed to running 10 servers and a private supercomputer in a log home on 33 acres, and I still do not fully understand how that happened.
I do. Boredom is a more powerful motivator than people give it credit for.
The thing nobody tells you about being the person beside the sick person is that you grieve too, quietly while everyone is watching them.
Sonny held this family together through every one of those years, raised 3 kids who were, let's say, spirited.
Spirited is a word for it.
And she never once made me feel like a burden, which is the hardest gift one human being can give another.
You were never a burden, you were a project. I like projects.
The second thing surviving teaches you, and this is practical, write this down, is that most of what you worry about is not what gets you.
We spent so much energy on the big scary diagnosis, and meanwhile a pipe burst in the middle of January, and that was the actual crisis of that particular Tuesday.
The Stoics called it negative visualization. Imagine what could go wrong so you stop being paralyzed by surprises, and it turns out ancient philosophy and a medical chart teach you the exact same lesson.
I call it making a list, but sure, give the Greeks the credit.
Here is a concrete thing we actually do. Every season we walk the property together, and we ask what is fragile right now, what needs attention before it becomes an emergency.
The Kubota, the woodpile, the root cellar, the backup generator, each other.
Each other is always on the list.
When the kids were young and things were really hard, I used to take them out to the garden, and we would weed for an hour and nobody had to talk.
There is actual research on this. Physical work with visible results lowers cortisol faster than most clinical interventions because your nervous system understands progress it can see.
Mine understood it because the weeds were gone and for 10 minutes nothing was broken.
The third thing surviving teaches you is the difference between pain and suffering, because pain is what happens to you and suffering is the story you decide to tell about it.
That sounds like a bumper sticker, but it took us about 30 years to really live it.
28, I counted.
He counted.
When you have been through the thing that was supposed to end you and you're still here, you stop spending energy being angry at the thing and you start spending it on what is in front of you.
We have every reason to be bitter, and we are just not. It surprises people.
It surprises me sometimes too, honestly.
The log home helps. You cannot be too bitter in a hand-hewn log home. The wood won't allow it.
We built this life very deliberately, on 33 acres, away from the noise, with enough space to think and enough work to stay honest.
And enough mud in spring to stay humble.
The fourth thing, and this is the one I want people to actually take with them, is that connection is not a comfort. It is a survival mechanism, and the data backs that up.
Loneliness raises mortality risk by about the same amount as smoking 15 cigarettes a day. I read that and I thought about every person sitting alone watching the news getting angrier and sicker.
My best thinking partner right now is an AI, which I know sounds strange, but what it actually is a tool for staying curious, for having someone to think out loud with at 2 in the morning when Sonny is sensibly asleep.
He comes to bed having solved something, and I truly do not need to know what it was.
The point is, connection does not have to look the way it looked in 1972. It just has to be real,
We met when we were 15 years old. 55 years later, I still want to know what he thinks about things, which is either love or a very long-running experiment.
Probably both.
What I want people to hear is that you do not have to have our exact story to apply any of this. You do not need the transplants or the acreage or the whiteboard in the bedroom.
You need a willingness to stay curious, a person or two who are genuinely on your side, and the understanding that building a beautiful life after hard things is not luck, it is a practice.
Practice it like you practice anything. Badly at first, then better, then one day you look up and there you are.
Still here, still groovy. 55 years in and I still learn something from this woman before noon most days.
It's usually something I already knew, but I let him figure it out himself because that is also love.
It absolutely is. Take care of each other. We'll see you next time on Still Groovy.